Welcome to the demo of the Update 24D feature. Search for, create, and edit production resources and their resource instances using Redwood User Experience in Oracle Fusion Cloud Manufacturing. With this feature, you can now create and edit production resources, associate labor, and equipment type resource instances using the Redwood User Experience. You can also search for resources using keywords and filters. You can define resource rates for the costing-enabled resources. Also, view equipment qualification details for the equipment type resource instances. It provides a modern and responsive user interface. It helps in creating and editing of resources. You can manage resource instances for quick reuse in creating and editing work definitions and work orders. This demo shows how you can search for resources and create a new resource. You can define rates for costing-enabled resources. Also, you can view the resource and its details, search resource instances, add resource instance, based on the resource type, if it's labor or equipment type. You can view the equipment qualifications for equipment type resource instances. You can use the existing Manage Resources task in the Work Definition work area to launch the Resources page in the Redwood user interface. The Redwood user interface to manage resources is launched. You can see the existing list of resources displayed in this page. You can search resources using resource name or resource code. You can also search resources using the filters like active resources. You can search resources using the filters like costing-enabled flag. Also, you can search resources based on filters like resource type. To search based on resource type, you can select either labor or equipment. Since you have selected labor, you can see that all labor type resources are listed. Select resource type as equipment. You can see that all equipment type resources are listed. You can sort resources based on the Sort by options provided. By default, Most Recent is enabled. You can also expand and view additional details for the resource. You can check the list of actions that can be performed for a resource, like view details, edit, delete, define rates. Define rates is applicable only for a costing-enabled resource. The Define Rates action launches the Resource Rates page. You can view the information pertaining to the rates as maintained for the resource in Cost Management. The Resource Rates page that is launched is that of the costing org mapped to the manufacturing plant. You can select a record and click Total Rate link. You can see the resource rate details, including the cost element type, cost element rate, among other information. Now, let's see how to create a resource. You can use the Create Resource action to create a new resource. The page to create a new resource is launched. You can enter the details of the resource name, code, description. Select the resource type as equipment for labor, specify usage UOM, resource class. If you want the resource to be active only up to a certain period, then you can specify the inactive date. You can select the costing-enabled flag, and if needed, capture the descriptive flex field details in the additional information section. Now, the new resource, lathe, is created. You can use the View Details action to view the resource details, and also add resource instances for the resource. Expand the details region. You can view the resource details and the additional information. If needed, the resource details can be updated using the Edit Resource action. Also, the resource instances of the resource can be managed in this page. Click on the plus icon to add a resource instance. Here, you can specify the resource instance details. Apart from specifying the resource instance details, if needed, you can capture the descriptive flex field for the resource instance in the additional information region. The resource instance that is added for the resource is shown here. You can also add multiple resource instances for the resource. There are actions that can be performed for the resource instance like View Details, Edit, Delete, and View Equipment Qualifications. Click on the View Equipment Qualifications action. You can see the details of the equipment qualifications that is defined for the resource instance in the maintenance management. You have seen the demo about how to search for, create, and edit production resources and their resource instances using Redwood User Experience. This is the end of the feature demo. Thank you.